How much do you know about the 5 Big Ideas in Teaching for Mastery? Our series takes a look at the 5 Big Ideas and how they can improve maths teaching at secondary.
Coherence is one of the 5 big ideas, but what exactly does it mean in a secondary context?
Dr Mary Stevenson, NCETM's Assistant Director for Secondary, shares some important insights.
By coherence, we mean detailed and carefully designed curriculum sequencing. And if we do that, then that can support all students to progress through the maths curriculum. Coherence is important not only in terms of the content of the curriculum, which is what most people think of, but also in the teaching approaches that are used. So, for example, if teachers discuss and agree coherent teaching approaches and representations in a topic, for example, ratio or multiplication or whatever it is, this can really support students' understanding. And it's important that teachers agree what representations they want to use. So, are they going to use a bar model? And if so, is everybody going to use it in similar ways? For maximum impact on students' learning, teachers need to work with an agreed school maths curriculum or scheme of work, which offers that clear and coherent sequencing of mathematical ideas and concepts, knowledge and techniques, both within each year and across the years, so that as the students progress through the curriculum, those new ideas are built on firm foundations of earlier ones. And it's important that this coherent view of maths highlights important unifying ideas and the links between them, so that the students can experience maths not as a collection of separate topics, but as a connected whole.
What can teachers do to bring greater coherence to their curriculum planning?
Some people find it helpful to think about maths as a story that unfolds as the student's learning grows and deepens. And this story has a direction and a narrative, it's got key characters and it's got reference points. We need to think about these characters and how and when they're introduced and how they're developed. We know that certain images, techniques and concepts are important precursors to later ideas. And so sequencing these correctly is a really important part of planning and teaching. When we introduce new ideas, it's important to make connections with the early ideas so that students can make those links with things that they already understand well. And then when the new idea has been understood and mastered, it can be used and it should be used in the next steps of learning so that it stays there.
How would you recommend teachers do this?
Well, the key to this is collaboration. This is teachers working together to agree curriculum sequencing and approaches. Now, this can feel daunting, but it's really important to remember to just start small. So, for example, members of the maths department might start by looking at one topic area where they want to improve student learning. They may have identified this through various ways. So they break it down into a sequence of steps, and then they need to be considering what is the prior learning required for students to access this topic. What are the key language and vocabulary demands? Are there any key representations that teachers should be using? It's also important to anticipate and discuss likely student misconceptions that will occur during the learning process, and to discuss productive ways of working through them.
And what are the benefits of coherence?
The benefits, well, I'm sure every maths teacher knows what it's like to have to reteach a topic when the students haven't really learned it properly the first time. And this common problem can really be reduced and mitigated by allowing students sufficient time to develop that key knowledge and understanding when the new idea is introduced for the first time. Then when they meet these ideas again, they can build on them more effectively. It's really important because teaching time is limited and it makes sense to use that time as efficiently as we can. And another important spin-off is that we're finding that when the curriculum is collaboratively planned with the involvement of all the team, teachers are more invested in it, and that's having positive spin-offs for team morale and also for staff retention.
What might be a challenge for teachers?
Well, a big challenge is finding time during the working routine for regular team meetings, for departmental development and curriculum planning. That's certainly an issue. And maths departments use a variety of different approaches to find this time, depending on how the school day and the school week is structured. It's really important that the school's senior leaders understand the importance of planning for coherence, and the way that the team taking ownership of this really has a positive impact on the quality of teaching across the department, and therefore on the quality of student learning, which is what everybody wants.
So in summary, what are your top tips for teachers?
All teachers should be working from the same set of principles and towards common goals. Developing that scheme of work and the individual lessons requires ongoing discussion and debate. It's a live endeavour that always keeps going, never stops. And then the next thing is to establish some form of collaborative planning, which might be a whole team or subsections of the team in different ways in different schools. Find a way where colleagues can work together to plan and develop ideas that become part of the department's shared resources and can be then built into this ongoing cycle of improvement. So start small, but start talking.
Thanks for your help, Mary. For more information about Coherence, read the full Q&A with Mary in our feature. If you want to learn more about teaching for mastery in a secondary context, visit our website for lots more information on the other 5 big ideas.